Would I advise buying this car?
What you doing over there?
Grab my cable.
What?
So I had a customer call and he would like a pre-purchase inspection on a car that he's looking to purchase. So usually I don't do this without the car actually being here.
Right.
But we're doing a special favor. I figured make a video on this just because it's kind of important for these things. I'm not gonna get out of here. One of our customers is purchasing an Audi, potentially.
Right.
So we're gonna run over to where this car is to do a pre-purchase inspection on it. And usually I don't do this off-site. You have to bring the car here. But this time we're gonna go do it just because he asked very nicely several times. So yes, David, I'm gonna go do this for you.
What is it? What is it? What's the car?
It's a 2007 Audi A3.
Oh.
I think that's what it is.
Nice.
So in a moment, while we're heading over there, I'll tell you why pre-purchase inspections are important. So people always ask me, why are pre-purchase inspections important? Here's why. If you're buying, well, even a newer car, they're still important. But especially if you're buying an older car, it can save you a ton of money and a huge, huge headache. So some of the things that we're gonna go over, we're gonna check the electronics functions of the entire car, make sure wipers work, the windows work, all the switches work, the lights, all that the airbags are intact and in place, that the car wasn't wrecked. You want to check for any type of signs for frame damage, uneven wear and tear on the tires to see if there's any suspension components that are worn or potentially have issues. You want to scan all the modules and see what the results are. Check if there's any fluid leaks and stuff. It's real important to do this because if you buy a car that you didn't have somebody check out, I mean, it can cost you thousands and thousands of dollars in repairs. I remember a couple years ago, a lady called me and said she saw a Volkswagen for sale, had 99,000 miles on it or whatever. So she ended up buying the car without getting it inspected. 2 months later, the timing belt broke. And those are interference engines, so when the timing belt broke, she bent a bunch of valves, did a bunch of other damage to the engine, and it cost her right around, I think it was like right around $4,500 or $5,000 to get everything done, service and get the engine overhauled. So I definitely want to save you a headache like that. So definitely before you buy a used car, get somebody qualified to go out and take a look at it. So I'm kind of losing my voice. I've been getting the sniffles lately. Kind of feel like crap, look like crap. It's 40 degrees outside in San Antonio. It's cold. I feel like I'm going skiing or something. Definitely got the long socks on all the way past the knees. But we're still doing this favor, and we're gonna go out and check out this car.
So this is it?
Yeah, this is it. Let me get this pulled out real quick, because we're kind of like, we're stuck here. We're stuck. Alright, so when I first started this car up, it barely wanted to start. It took a second try for it to actually fire it up. I'm hooking up the computer to it right now. We're going to scan all the modules and basically go through everything. Already noticing a couple things that I don't like. A couple signs of some costly issues. So I don't know if this guy is going to get upset that we're filming or not, but we'll go through it and just point out a couple of things and take it for a test drive. laundry list at the moment. Alright, so we just left after taking a look at this car, and I get it. It's a 07, it's got 144,000 miles on it. I get it. It's a used car. It's gonna need work. But this one really needs work. Would I advise buying this car? No, I wouldn't. First thing, when I started it up, it had a hard time starting. To me, it seemed like a fuel issue. Then I checked the report on the scan. There was a fuel pressure code, so kind of nailed it right there. Also had an evap leak, so you have to smoke test it and see where it's leaking from, and then get that fixed. But other than that, major suspension issues. The car's been in a front end collision, has been repainted, water damage in the rear. The glass is cracked, the front windshield's tinted, which is not legal in the state of Texas, so that would have to get resolved before you get an inspection on the car. The suspension's shot, so front struts, rear shocks, mounts, bushings. Only saw maybe a minor oil leak, minor seep from the vacuum pump, the brake vacuum pump, so that would have to get replaced. Other than that, the tires, there was probably about 30% left of tread in the rear, about 50% in the front, a little bit of dry rot. Brakes, probably about 50% through. So yeah, it's coming up on some services. Just looking at the car, I mean, it's just off the top of my head, probably about $3-4 grand worth of work right there already on a $2,500 car. Is it worth it? No. Would I keep looking? Yeah, or I'd spend a little bit more money and get something better. That's why pre-purchase inspections are important. So, like I said before, have somebody qualified take a look at a car before you just go out and buy a car blindly. That could be unsafe or unreliable. That's going to cost you money in the long run. Probably do more of these videos. They're actually kind of fun later on. So, see you then. What are you guys asking for this?
We're at 43 for it right now.
Gotcha.
Yep. You guys see many of these cars still around?
Yeah.